why were you in Japan?
Oh, I did a show. Yeah, performed a show for my music. And then I also did a runway for fashion. Keagan Hoffman is my name. Profession, I never labeled that. I like to make art, but I also like to invest my own money. Profession, I'm just me. Yeah, that's my profession. I like to study history. I like to collect art. I really like to, I also like to read about painters. Also studying history of art, sometimes religion, and war is also interesting. History to see how that could be led up, like a butterfly effect. And another passion could be sometimes investing money. It's kind of fun to see it grow or not, but that's, I guess, another word, that's just gambling. I started around 16 or 17, but music always been a hobby. Okay. First, and still is just a hobby. I mean, I make music when I want, and right now I don't feel like making music. I haven't made music in 3 months or so, and that's just that. It's just a hobby, yeah. My friend told me about investment that made me more interested, and then I tried it, and then I made like $500, and I was like, oh, okay, this is interesting. And then I asked my dad about it, and then he gave me like a lot of information about what he knows, and then I just picked it up from there. I was around, I think I was 18. Right now I'm investing in Nvidia, Google. Usually with investment, like I would make like 2,000 to 1,000 on like the lowest, and sometimes like 15,000 or 30. That's how I get all my clothes back there and everything, all these stuff. Yeah, I like buy it with that money and just invest it and just make it. Back in? Yeah, and then also get dividends and stuff too. Yeah. Biggest inspiration. I was really inspired by painters when I was a kid. Anyone? Like Brandon Magritte. Okay. And I have a couple of paintings over there. I guess with like even with like fashion, like with fashion, like Jun Takahashi from Undercover and like Raf Simons. Okay. But a lot comes from painting, or even like photographer, like Salvador Dali, or Man Ray. Oh, but with other inspo, yeah, with music it comes to, it's like Dead Kennedys. Dead Kennedys? Yeah, I like, but I also do listen to a lot of meditation music and like rain noise. Like, people that make like dark stuff are more happier. Like, I heard that Junji Ito, he's like a manga artist, and he makes really like morbid, dark, cosmic horror. And like, it's like really, in real life, they're like the coolest kind of... Yeah, he's just like a happy guy. And then there's like some people that will make like art that are happier, and they get depressed, and they will like, you know. Oh, another one that I find really interesting is like this anime, a manga called Gantz. Gantz. It's I think when the character or the person, the protagonist, dies trying to save a homeless person that found a train track, and then got hit and then resurrected to find like aliens. Oh. And they're like in this like apartment. It's like really. I remember seeing one of the movie when I was a kid, and there's this scene where this guy was getting beat up on top of a car by this uncanny looking robot. And then because the facial expression of that robot was like close to human but had no expression, it's so uncanny that I got so scared. And then I remember like telling myself as a kid, I was like, yeah, this is some good shit here. I remember saying that word for word. And then like acting like an adult, and then that scene comes, just crying to my mom, like, this is scary. And I'm just like, looking like this dork that was thinking like, oh yeah, I know what I'm talking about. There's this other Italian director, he made this movie called like Salo? And then it's like, it's not similar to it, but I mean, the probably like similar influence. It's like in Italy, and it was stationed at a Nazi-occupied Italy, and there comes these younger adult. They're like 18, 19, 20, and there are like 3 like dukes in the house. And they just have like orgies, and then like eating feces on like a nice like table and stuff. And it's just like kind of like similar, like where like it's like more like a shock factor. And I think that movie was like banned in a couple of places. Like I think like maybe like sometimes like movies are just shock factors. It's not really interesting. I think it's just like immature. It's like kind of like how I was gonna say like kids like having like fake sword, be like, I just cut your head off, now you have to die type of stuff. Like that's what I mean by immature, like with some of the movies, like those type of fantasy. But there's this other movie that's very interesting. I'll show you real quick. I like movies from the 70s because like they have interesting like cinematics and like the acting. Like
they have way less
CG. Oh yeah. Like even like Clockwork Orange.
Yeah.
That movie.
Yeah.
That's also like kind of like a lesson learned.
Yeah, that one also makes me feel uneasy.
It's like correcting a troubled person to create another troubled person type of stuff, like different way. This movie was interesting. Have you heard of the Rocky Horror Picture Show?
I think I did.
This one?
Oh, I've seen the poster, but I don't think I've seen it. I don't think I've seen it.
Movies are so interesting. Probably see more of my clothes being curated on my Instagram. Doing that, like displaying it, even showing it, and like styling it. Another one is my website. I'm working on more of it, uploading photos of some of my past photos, and like photos, like modeling photos and stuff.
Oh, cool.
And then, actually there is one. I'm making a backpack, and it's gonna have like on the back, it's gonna have like the, you know, like the motors or bicycle chain. The bicycle chain, like it's like very unique to it because it has to be around the gear. That it's gonna be on the back, and there's gonna be like 3, and then there's gonna be a couple of patches. You'll see. In music, don't expect what you visioned, because sometimes it doesn't happen, and not everybody's your friend. There will be a lot of backstabbers, so you should expect that. Don't be surprised when something doesn't go your way and people like turn on you, because that's a thing. And I would say one thing that's so important is like in the music industry or like around young people, they always be like, you're my brother. But nobody is really your brother or family. Most of the time, it's just business, and you're exchanging business. So don't take it literal that they might be your brother, because most time they're not. It's just you give, and you give your service, and they give you your service, a trade-off. So just treat it as like a business. And I mean, on the way, like you'll definitely find some people that are your real friends, but that is more rare. That is more rare than actually meeting someone that just wants something from you, or like there's like a business interaction. So think of music as just literally work.
Music business, though, not the music itself.
Yeah, music business. And then with music, you could just treat it as a hobby, but there's gonna be a lot of suckers that's gonna wanna take advantage of you, want something from you, like weaselly people. And with investment, I would say, don't invest all your money in. Like have at least just a little bit, like have enough capital, and like you can invest some of the capital, but have capital for like a backup. So if that stock does dip or something, it's like a safer stock, then you could theoretically invest that and like break even again.